Update 1.33 is finally here and it has brought some new changes to the raids and the quests and a couple of other things. So in this video I'm going to talk about everything new in this new update, everything from new raid boss to the new perks that you might have missed. So with that being said, let's get started and let's see everything new in 1.33. Alright, so first let's just look at the quest tab. Now this thing has been redesigned and we still cannot claim keys after having 30 keys and we complete a quest. So I don't understand why can't you just let us claim the quest even after having 30 keys, because it's pointless. We can get keys from other sources even after having 30 keys, but we can't do it here. Wow. Rant aside, let's continue. Alright, now this tab has been split into like a couple of different sections. They have separate sections for Shadow Pass, a separate section for events, and most importantly we actually have a separate quest tab for raids, and these are new, by the way. These are new raid quests and these actually give you keys. Now these actually give you a decent amount of keys for doing this quest, doing raids. Of course there is actually a new chest as well, so let's talk about that first. The regular Void chest, which is Void chest 1, basically has every single perk and special move that we had before. It's not changed. And now there is a new chest over here which is called Raid chest 2, and this one needs these special keys which I think you can get from the new raid boss. Now this is actually really special. This chest has a lot of new things. Alright, it has special moves for whip katas, rewiring special move which is for Naginata, and a couple of other special moves that we didn't have before, which is Seagull's attack, which is for Dadao, that's a new one. There's also one for Gaundao which is called Call to Order, which is also new. And we also have Jawbreaker for Flail and Shield and Iron Tornado for two-handed hammer, which we already had. Now, but the main attraction of the chest are these perks. Okay, so before I get into these perks, let me just look at how many keys you get from defeating the boss. Okay, so the boss has 3 levels, of course. Wow, this thing, oh my gosh, dude. Guys, this thing, do you realize how much void energy you need for this? 12,000. This thing needs 12,000 void energy just for level 1. Level 2 needs 13 and level 3 is basically just locked, I don't know why. Plus he also has like around 35,000 health. Yeah, compared to the other 3 bosses, this guy is gonna be a total nightmare. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get to open the Void chest number 2 anytime soon. So anyhow, now let's get into the perks. Alright, first one, Probability Resonator. It's a legendary weapon perk. Every 15 seconds, the device takes 3.5 seconds to restore either 10% of your health or 15% of your shadow energy bar, or increase your weapon damage by 30%. This is not bad, and this is a Herald's perk. So every, I'm guessing 3.5 seconds, it will either restore your health, shadow energy, or increase your weapons damage by 30%. I want to see how effective this could be in the raids. And then again, this is also literally just at level 11. This is not level 1 actually. Oh, never mind actually. Yeah, these perks are actually on level 1. Never mind. Okay, this one is called Pain Condenser. With a 20% chance after taking physical damage, the device will accumulate this type of damage for 2.5 seconds and then add 40% of it to your weapon damage for every 4 seconds. Physical damage, I'm guessing, is considered as either kicks or weapon attacks, or maybe even ranged weapon attacks. So there's a 20% chance that this will take the damage, and like every 2.5 seconds it will add 40% of it to your weapon damage after 4 seconds. This is confusing. To be honest, this is confusing. I'm not getting these perks anytime soon, so don't expect me to make any videos on this because I have no idea how these are gonna work. Anyways, the next one is called Unstable Neuralizer. 25% chance to store incoming non-physical damage in a device that will activate after taking physical damage, and transfer 50% of the accumulated damage into protection from physical damage every 5 seconds. What? Okay, the next one is called Cobra Dance. This one does not actually sound like a science experiment because this is a Dynastian perk. After saving up Cobra charges by attacking movements and not by attacking your opponent during the next 6 seconds, you will get a bonus multiple of 7 that will apply poison on your opponent with the next attack, dealing 30% of the attack damage. So I think like you save up Cobra charges, and once they are like filled up, you don't attack for the next 6 seconds, and then if you so that like you just get a bonus. Okay, I'm gonna stop trying to explain this because I don't understand them either. Okay, the next one is called Shadow Prep, and this one is also a legendary Dynastian perk. For the armor, Cobra Dance was for weapon and Unstable Neuralizer was for the helmet. In the beginning of a round, you have 20 prep charges. Every one of each increases shadow damage you deal by 1.5%. Receiving damage makes you lose these charges. So you have 20 charges. You will get about 30% extra damage on shadow attacks. I really don't think this perk is too worth it. Next one is called Shadow Tax. Okay, this one is a funny one. This one is also for Dynasty and it's on the helmet. 20% chance to gain shadow energy by gaining combo counter multiple of 7. I'm guessing you'll have to do like 7 hits combo. With the next using of a shadow move, shadow charges will deal 15% additional damage and will disappear. So this is also a perk that just gives you extra damage on shadow attacks. Okay, the next one is called Shadow Berserk and it's a Legion weapon perk. 25% chance to deal 40% shadow damage with a shadow move, losing 40% additional damage from your health. So basically this is Berserk but for shadow attacks. This one is simple. Next, we got Field Medicine, which is also for Legion on the helmet. 50% chance to restore 2.5% health once with every 20% of maximum lost health. Lost. Okay, this one is confusing. Why do they have to make it so confusing to read? The last one is called Shadow Balance and it's a Legion armor perk. 40% chance to add 40% of taken shadow damage to shadow energy bar and 60% of the damage to the next shadow move. So basically what this means is there's a 40% chance that 40% of the shadow attack damage you take is gonna get converted into 40% shadow energy of like your own shadow energy, and the rest of the 60% is gonna get converted into damage, I guess. Okay, alright, this one is still like really confusing. Okay, next we got like 6 perks which are epic, and this one is Impulse Resonator. Didn't we have like a resonator? Okay, alright, it's a different one. This one is for heralds and goes on the weapon. Every 20 seconds the device gradually increases the damage of your next weapon attack by 200% during 2 seconds and resets after that. Wow. Okay, this one sounds really OP. This one sounds like precision but on steroids. 200% increase, and like this happens every 20 seconds and stays for 2 seconds. So you just have a 2-second window to attack your enemy. I'm pretty sure once you upgrade this is gonna increase even more. I don't know if the damage is gonna increase, but the time it stays activated is probably gonna increase. I hope so. Next one is called Remote Manipulator and it's a Herald's armor perk. With a 15% chance after taking damage further than a certain distance from your enemy, from your opponent, the device adds 30% to the damage you deal from that distance or further for 4 seconds. This perk just sounds totally useless. So basically it increases your damage depending on how much distance you take damage from. Don't think this is gonna be useful. Now the next one is called Tiger Step and it's a Dynastian perk for the weapon. After saving up 45 Tiger charges by moving in any manner, you will deal critical damage with your next attack. Wow, okay, so you have to save up 45 Tiger charges, which actually for raids sound like a bit too much since raids only have 45 seconds on the timer. You will be able to do a critical hit with your next attack. Now, I'm not a fan of critical hits on Dynasty because in Dynasty you get to actually do a lot of combos, really long combos, and a lot of times if you hit your enemy with a critical hit, they will fall down and it just ruins your combo. That's just my personal opinion. Alright, the next one is called Invincible Wind. After saving up 40 wind charges by moving in any manner, you will get invincibility that neutralizes one incoming physical attack. So you have to basically save up 40 charges and you basically get Legion's invulnerability from one hit. Still not worth it. I don't think so, at least. Maybe the number of wind charges is gonna reduce once you start upgrading this, but we'll see. Okay, these last 2 perks are for Legion and this one is called Cold Revenge. 25% chance to gain 50% of your next weapon attack damage shadow energy after incoming damage. Okay, so this is what it means. There's a 25% chance that once you get hit, 50% of your next weapon attack will get converted to shadow energy. If I'm explaining this right. still not that good. Okay, the last one is called Shadow Storm. 15% chance to increase shadow damage by 20% after using a shadow move. This effect sums up. Okay, this one is actually a pretty good perk. It just increases your shadow attack damage by 20% for every shadow attack you do. Not bad, but it's a Legion perk and it also goes on the weapon. So I don't know which set you would actually use this on. Now let's talk a bit about the marathons, because let me tell you, there are a lot of them and a lot of them are for raids specifically. So if there is one time to grind raids and to spend all of your void energy, that is this week, or more like the next 4 or 5 days. Alright, so we got a lot of marathon. I'm just gonna really quickly go through them. You can just see what they have. The first one is called Magmarion Marathon. It's for the new raid boss. This basically just gives you a lot of points for just ranking in the raid boss's raid. And also gives you points for using the ammunition thing. The next one is the energy marathon, and you just get 10 points for each void energy spent. So go ahead and do it. Next one is called discovery marathon, and this one gives you points for opening chests. This one doesn't actually have anything to do with the raids. Okay, never mind. Alright, next is marathon of keys, and this basically gives you points for opening void chests. And by the way, if you're looking for these special keys, you have 40 of them in the Magmarion Marathon. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. But you have 40 of these new void keys too in this marathon. You have another 30 void keys too in the energy marathon. Another 30 in the discovery marathon. And this one is like the easiest one to get, since you just need to open quest chests. And that's pretty much it. You don't have any more void keys anywhere else. So basically, we have a lot of marathon for raids. That's it. Now before I go ahead and look at the boss, maybe try to fight him, there are a couple of changes that is mentioned in here. This is a post. If you want to check it out, I will just link it in the description. And there are a couple of things which are not apparent in the game. Okay, so there are a couple of things that they have showed here. They said that they have changed the logic of gaining shadow energy in raids. Don't know what that means. There is nothing else given about it. Made balance changes to raid mode. Changed the formula for calculating damage when a raid boss's power is low compared to the recommended value. Changed the amount of rewards for win in raids, taking into account the introduction of raid tasks. Wait, what? What have they done? Did they reduce the amount of keys we get? I don't know. Okay, this one is actually really interesting. The next week, a raid training room will be added to the game, where you will be able to access the damage and practice the techniques, which will help you see the effectiveness of your builds. Okay, that is actually really awesome, and that is pretty much everything that was mentioned in here, which is not apparent in the game. And now, time for the main attraction, Volcano. Yeah, I'm gonna call him Volcano because let's just be honest, he is. But anyways, let me try to fight him.
2,000 years later.
Alright, we finally have all the players. Okay, let me just fight. Yeah, okay, fine. You know what? Just for this fight, I will equip a bunch of damage. Okay, let's do this. Wow. Okay, this location is really awesome. He just did something. I have no idea what. Hello? Okay, he has a different shadow energy counter, and I have some sort of a debuff on me. What do you... Oh my gosh, this guy just did a lot of damage. I'm just gonna shadow attacks. I have no idea what he's even applying on me. 269 damage. What? 269. Wow. Okay. Oh no. Oh my gosh, dude. He just did something. That is not good. Alright. And I did about 200 extra damage. Alright, this time I'm not gonna actually use any like blast ammunition thing. Let's see how much damage I'll be able to do. What the... So this guy can teleport just like Volcano, but... Ow. Okay. To be honest, I have no idea what he even does. He just gets a sword. He just gets the giant sword. And I have no idea what he does. Oh, wait, what? I think we might lose this. Yep, We lost the raid. It's gonna be really difficult. We will seriously need some really high level players for this. So that is pretty much everything new in the 1.33 update. Hopefully I haven't missed anything. If I did miss something, comment down below. And with that, latest studios are on the screen. Check them out and I will see you next video. Goodbye.